Here we go.
I think we just lost her.
Okay, thank you all for coming to class. Star and Jeff, this class is recorded for future use in a learning library. So bear with me as I go through some of the things that I like to say before each class. First, I want to give honor and appreciation to the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations people. They were the people that owned this land or belonged to this land long ago, and the land belonged to them. And the land was stolen by colonizers and enslavers and renamed Los Angeles. I just want to offer my bit of gratitude for their stewardship of this most beautiful part of the world that I call my hometown. I am DeJur. I am an LMU trained yoga therapist. Just a couple of reminders, if you have any injuries or post-surgical, post-op, or anything that might be a slight hindrance to your movement, and only you know what that is, what the hindrances are, please be mindful of your body as we move through our class. You can try things out in a more experiential way before you go in full on. Just make sure that you don't injure, re-injure, or harm your bodies while we're together. We are doing a mat yoga class, and if you need to take any breaks while we are together, feel free to make that happen for yourself. We will be taking breaks together, but sometimes you need your own break, and so feel free to stop and just take some breaths. If you need to lay back in in corpse pose or any pose that gives you a little bit of rest or a break, feel free to do that. My classes are autonomous, which means you get to choose what is right for you. Over my initial years as a yoga student, there were poses that I really did not like a lot, and there was something about them that was a challenge. And the teachers would say, well, the one you don't like is the one you need to do. And sometimes those poses were triggers, not necessarily for me, but for us collectively. So if there's a pose that you hate, don't hate it, just don't do it. And we'll move on to another pose. So I would like to start also the class with a grounding process that I did on Saturday at LMU. And what it does is just brings our awareness into the space that we're in. And we can use this grounding technique in any environment you find yourself in, particularly environments that might bring you anxiety or stress or discomfort or things like that. I use it, I say every week almost, that I use it when I go see my tax man, who is a nice man, but I always owe money. So I get a little agitated when I'm on my way there. And then when I get in his lobby, I kind of try to chill out because it's 30 years of me dealing with him and taxes for longer than that. And so you can use these before a medical appointment or any kind of situation where you're feeling a little untethered. You can use these practices. You don't have to do them all. You can pick the ones you want, but basically we're using the 5 senses. So we will start sitting comfortably. I'm on a stool for now. I'm going to move back onto my mat in just a couple minutes. Sitting comfortably, whatever that is for you. We're just going to have a look around our room. So we've been in this room. We live in this room. This is our place where we reside, or you may be doing this from your office or work. But just looking around at the things in the room, the colors of the things, the textures of the things themselves, the categories of things. Like I have quite a few books around me. So I see the books, the plant, the table, the material that the table's made out of. I still have paneling and popcorn ceiling. So I noticed that. Don't judge me. But just having a look around. So this helps us to orient ourselves. I mentioned on Saturday at the class that animals do this. This is their life, to make sure that they feel safe. And so we can use this also to just settle our nervous systems. Moving to our sense of taste, I was able to run out and get a coffee before class. So I'm tasting coffee. What do you taste on your palate? Our sense of smell, I smell my coffee, and I'm so happy that I have it. and moving to our sense of hearing. So we'll do two types of listening. We'll listen to the sounds inside the space we're in. And I have a couple of cats that are tied up in the back, not literally, but they're a little wild. So they don't know how to act when we're on camera. So I lock them out of this space. But they have a little water fountain off to the side to encourage water drinking. And that's all I can hear in here, the motor of that. So see what you hear. And then we'll go sounds outdoors. The occasional car is speeding by on my street. I just heard a horn. So see what you notice outdoors, the sounds outside. Then we'll move our awareness to our sense of touch. So just taking your either hand and placing it on the opposite shoulder and just doing some slow, they're called arm brushes. So from the shoulder down to your fingertips. But I want you to notice the texture. So I have on a long sleeve. So I feel the fabric. It is smooth and sort of thin. When I hit my fingers, I feel the bones of my hand. Okay, so just doing that. This is another way I'm all about the nervous system reset, especially in these current times we're living through. We're living in. And just noticing, maybe you can feel your muscles in your arms, the bones of your wrist. I have on a couple of rings. I can feel those when I get down to the bottom. Let's change sides. So this is our sense of touch. These are called arm brushes. We can use these to de-stress or to soothe our nervous system. You can also put your hands on your top of your thighs if you're in like a meeting or somewhere where there's a desk or table in front, and you can just sneakily, you can rub the tops of your thighs, and it has the same effect, a calming effect. So if you're doing this, then I want you to notice the fabric of whatever you have on from the waist down. I have on leggings. And so noticing that you may have on shorts where you have just a little fabric and then the skin of your thighs. And so these are ways that we can soothe our nervous system, orient ourselves to the space that we're in. You don't have to do all 5 senses. You can just do the look around if you want, and just see how that works out for you in future occasions where you are feeling a little undone, a little untethered. I'm going to get on my mat and we'll get started with the movement part of the class. So real quick, you may sit on a blanket or a towel if sitting on your mat or the floor is too hard for your sit bones, the bones not under the hips, but under the buttocks, we'll say. So you can use do have a yoga blanket. You can use any kind of blanket. Also have a big bath towel. You can use that. So again, this information is more so for the learning library to make yourself as comfortable as you can. We'll use these later for padding knees when we get on our hands and knees for down dogs and things. And so finding things, you don't have to go buy a yoga blanket. I just happen to own one because I don't know, when I was new, I bought a yoga blanket because the other people had one. So especially in the days when I was running around taking lots and lots of yoga classes to learn, what this thing yoga was all about. So we're coming to seated cross leg. It's also called easy pose. You can also tuck the edge of your blanket or towel underneath those sit bones to lift your hips, which helps you to elevate your spine and make it longer. So we want to sit up as straight as we can. And sometimes that's a challenge if this is not a position, not the leg part, but the upper body part that you use a lot. As a yogi, eventually I started kind of being a little more mindful of my posture over those first formative years, because teachers were always saying, sit up tall, da, 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 da. So eventually, it's like with dance. I remember years ago I took ballet. The instructor would always say, pull in your stomach, tighten your muscles. And eventually, and I don't do that all the time, I wish I did, those muscles get strong and it's just the natural way that you are. So we will start with some head rolls. Drop your chin down to your chest. We're gonna hold here. Shoulders are low, shoulders over hips. Spine is long. Just tipping the head forward so that your chin is near your chest. Take some breaths. We're doing nasal breathing throughout our whole time together. Okay. Smooth and easy breathing here. So this releases the muscles on the back of the neck and the tops of the shoulders. So if you feel yourself throughout the day, there's a struggle there, there's tightness there, you can just sit and drop your chin forward. That's yoga therapy right there. Inhale, chin up, exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Hold here. So you might feel a little, it might feel tight. Mine feels tight. Just woke up at 7 a.m., so I'm tight. But this ear to shoulder stretch obviously stretches out the opposite side of your neck. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Last one, inhale, center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Come back up, right ear, right shoulder, right hand, left ear. So we're not pulling the head to the right. We're just allowing the weight of your right arm to deepen the stretch on the left side of the neck. So just holding here, take some breaths, check on your posture, pull your belly button in, check on your jaw. Jaw is loose, neutral jaw. And then inhale, head to center, release the right hand, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Left hand toward the right side of your head or towards your right ear, and breathe here. So keeping the breath flowing smoothly. The breath is smooth and easy. It's not forced. It's not jagged. It's just a smooth in and out, and you control that. When you inhale, fill your lungs all the way. When you exhale, empty the lungs all the way. We're going to inhale, head back to center. Let's do some stir the pots. We did these Saturday, but we did them in a chair. So this is what they feel like seated. Okay. And when you exhale, lean forward. Excuse me. When you lean forward, exhale. When you sit back or sit up, that's your inhale point. So linking the breath and the motion here. So these are really, even though the torso is doing all the movement, this primarily is for the hip sockets to get a little motion and a little synovial fluid stimulation happening with these. Also, the forward leaning is a stretch for your low back. So breathing up, exhaling, forward bending, inhaling when you sit up. And then let's go the opposite way when you're ready. And you can do more vertical circles where your upper body stays more vertical or stays upright. I like the sweeping ones because I feel like I'm hitting muscles deep, hitting the muscles in my low back a little bit more. And then come back to center, stretch out your legs. Let's windshield wiper feet, shake out your arms. Let's recross legs, other leg in front or on top. Right hand out to the right. So it's right out from the shoulder. It's not behind, the hand is not behind you or in front of you. You want to lean over far enough to your right so that you get a nice side stretch, but you don't want the left butt to come up off the floor or your mat. Bring the left arm all the way up and across. So we're reaching far away with the right arm. With the left arm part. Left arm reaches far away. The right arm, you're on your flat palm. Right hand, flat palm, right hand, fingers spread wide. And just hold here. Breathing through your nose. So traditional yoga, we'd look up toward the ceiling on this one. That might be a lot. It's a lot for my neck, but I just want to show you the choices you have. You can look out horizontally. You can look down toward the floor on your right side. One of those feels best. You can also look up and down. You can try that out, moving the head back and forth to get a little movement in your neck on the left side. And then inhale up to center. Notice how the muscles feel as they rebound on the left side. Rebounding is when they go back to their natural places. And then exhaling, left arm out to the left, straight up from the shoulder, left palm, flat on the mat, left finger spread, right arm comes all the way up and across. Come lean as far left as you can before your right buttock comes off the floor. We want to get a deep stretch. If you lift off of the right buttock, that is no stretch. You've lost the whole stretch. So you need to come up a little bit to readjust so that you stay planted onto the mat. Do that. Right fingers reach far over to the right. Excuse me, to the left, pardon. And then inhale to center. We'll go back to the right side. Exhale right. Here we'll circle the right on the left arm. And you have choices. You can do big sweeping circles. That's what I like for me because I feel the muscles opening. You can also do a more vertical circle, smaller diameter. And just, or you can try them both and you can do a combo. It's up to you. So shoulder joint, shoulder blade. This is opening all those muscles there and the joint itself. Let's go the opposite way with the left arm. Smooth breath. Checking on your jaw. Facial muscles are smooth and relaxed. So we're not grimacing. If you're grimacing, something's too much. Back out of it a little if you're grimacing. There's something going on that's making you squint and make faces. It's too much. So back up out of it a little bit. Inhale, both arms up. Sit up really tall. And then exhale, left hand down on the floor, right arm over and across, circle. Big or small circles with the right arm. You might feel some hitches as you go around. Sometimes those are the muscles moving around the joints. I have a hitch in my right shoulder for sure because I had a broken arm years ago. It doesn't hurt, but it's just a little different than the left movement. Inhale, opposite circle with the right arm. And then inhale up to center, both arms up. We're gonna let's change the cross of the legs again. Put the other leg in front or on top. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come up. This one we're gonna hold. Exhale, forward bend, and hold here. Welcome to class. Walking hands to the right. So we're still in a forward bend, just moving the hands over to the right. Hold there, look down at the floor. So this is a stretch, going right or left adds a little stretch to the opposite. Hi, Terrellyn, welcome. A little stretch to the opposite side body. So in this case, the left side's getting a little bit more of a stretch. And then we'll walk through center, coming over hands to the left and hold here. Breathing through your nose. So normally I go until 10, but the person, whoever's after me, has requested I wrap up a little early. So I do apologize if you're wondering why did she end so early. It was a request made of me, so we share this space. Inhale up, exhale, hands down on the right again. Inhale up, arms up to center, exhale left. Inhale up, exhale down to the right. Inhale up, exhale down to the left. And then inhale up and swan dive your hands down beside you on an exhale. Extend your legs straight out. Shake out arms and windshield wiper your feet. We're gonna move to table. So here's a place where you can, if you'd like to pad your knees, you may use your blanket or towel. I actually pad my whole lower leg just to make it easy. But you can just put your blanket or towel if you like to under your knees. So this is table pose. Some circles call it box pose or box top pose. Knees and hips are vertical. Knees are separated to your comfort, distance-wise, whatever's comfortable for you. I like mine apart for a little more stable foundation. Some people like their inner legs touching one another. It's up to you. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, vertical line. push the hands out just a hair so you're not on a sharp angle on your wrist. We're going to cat-cow a bit. So we'll start with the cow. Take a breath in, lift your chest and chin, arch your back. We're gonna hold here. So we're gonna take our time with these first 2 sets to allow the low back to, the lower spine to kind of release a bit. The cow of the cat-cow is a back bend, but the other thing that's happening is a stretch for your upper front body. So you might feel that, especially through your abdominal region, you might feel a little stretch happening to those muscles there. Just hold here and breathe. Chest is lifted, spine is arched, chin is lifted a bit. Breathing through your nose. And now we'll reverse, take an inhale, we'll reverse to cat. So here the spine lifts up toward the sky, chin comes toward the chest, pushing into the floor and holding here. So this is obviously a stretch in the opposite direction, releasing the muscles in the spine in a different way than the cow. Hold here and breathe, chin to chest, spine lifts, push into the floor. Let's go cow, inhale, arch your back, chest and chin lift. Hold here, take some breaths. Let's go cat, exhale, curl up, hold and breathe. And then real time, inhale cow, exhale cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat, inhale cow, exhale cat. I'm gonna let you do a few sets on your own pace, your own speed, and we'll catch up shortly. And then come back to table, hold here. Just see how things feel along your spine. They might feel the same, but see if you notice any changes. We will thread the needle here. We'll put weight on your left hand and left knee. We're gonna inhale, left hand, put the weight there, inhale, lift the right arm, look up, twist right. We're gonna do 3 of these and then we're gonna hold, thread the needle. Exhale, right arm comes under the left armpit. Inhale, lift the right arm up, twist up, look up. Exhale, come down. Right arm under left armpit. Last one, inhale, lift, twist and look. Exhale, thread the needle, hold here. So here we drop the right shoulder to the floor, the right cheek to the floor, and the left hand can stay right where you have it, or you can slide it out above your head by straightening your left elbow. You can hold there. There's a couple more options for the left arm. You can wrap the left arm behind you from the left arm behind you to near where a belt would be on your back. You can wrap the left arm, right shoulder down, right cheek down. You can hold here. You can also hold the left arm vertical up in the air. You can hold there. So this is a spinal twist and inversion. And what else is happening here? A stretch for the buttock, the muscles, the buttock, and the back of the thighs. So holding here, breathe through your nose. Inversions in yoga allow the head to be lower than the heart, so the heart has an easier time pumping with gravity instead of the opposite of gravity. When you're ready, readjust your left hand into table. Inhale, right arm comes up, twist, look up, and then place the right hand down. We're moving to the other side. Weight on your right hand. Inhale, lift the left arm, twist and look up. Exhale, left arm under the right armpit. Inhale, lift the left arm up, twist. Exhale, left arm under right armpit. Inhale, twist left, look up. Exhale, right shoulder, excuse me everyone, left shoulder on the mat, left cheek on the mat. You can push the right hand straight above your head, straighten the right elbow. You can wrap the right hand behind you. You can lift the right arm straight up. So you pick what you want to do with your right arm. Smoothing out the breath. Breathing through your nose. Complete exhales, full inhales. And then right hand on the floor to table. Inhale, left arm lifts, twist to the left. And then left hand on the mat. Let's do some hip circles now. So circling the hips, some options, big circles, little circles, you get to pick. You can also just rock your hips from side to side. You can also look, I'm looking at my right foot, my head is toward the right, looking at the right foot, kind of like wag the dog, kind or tail wagging the dog, whatever they call it. Looking back at the left foot. So you can go side to side like that. These are lateral bends or lateral stretches for the spine. You can do a few of those. You can also dip bend the elbow, dip the shoulders in your circles. You can do anything you want. Maybe allow your body to organically find or seek out what it wants to do. And breathing while we do this. Nasal breath. And then coming back to table, curl your toes under, little foot yoga. Toes curl under. So you can stay here on with your hands planted on the mat. You can also bring the torso vertical where your heels and butt come together. And I know this is not the most beautiful sensation, but this is really good for your feet. Or you can lift, straighten the hips so that you are from knees up to your head, that you're in a vertical line with the toes still curled under. So you have some choices. This shape is really therapeutic for our feet, the bones and muscles of the feet, oftentimes neglected, usually neglected, oftentimes in cute shoes with no support. Or flip-flops, or just things that don't have any arch support. So this is one way that you can get a little stretch for the muscles of the feet. You know, just hold there, whatever is most comfortable for you. Just hang out there for a few more breaths. Let's come back to table and then tap the tops of the feet. So that's the treat, dessert for that painful experimentation. And then we're going to sit back on the heels with the tops of the feet toward the floor. So this is a good reason for me to have my blanket out so that the tops of my feet are cushioned. So you can sit on your heels with your tush. You can also come upright and just let the tops of the feet rest on the floor without the additional weight of your upper body. And so this stretches out the shins, those thin muscles on the front of your legs, and obviously the tops of the feet are getting a stretch. So hold here and breathe, find out whatever is most comfortable for you. You can also put hands on the mat here. If you want to sit butt to heel, but not have your full weight, you could bring your hands onto the mat, fingers spread wide, palms flat, and just hold there. So you pick what is most tolerable for you. I share this story a lot. When I was a new yogi, my teacher would do the first one we did with the toes curled, sit on your heels, and I used to curse her in my mind and thrash around in my mind, but I would do it, and eventually I was able to do it without wishing her ill harm. So the muscles eventually stretch and it takes time and we cannot rush them. So over the months of us doing that when I was brand new, they finally stretched out enough that I can actually kind of sit like this for a while and hang out a little bit. So coming back to table, let's tap the tops of the feet one more time. We're gonna move into a down dog position. So here is where I will move my blanket out of my way or my towel. Curl it, so from table, we're curling the toes again. Inhale, legs comfortably separated. So come to your comfort, and it's different for each of us. Then you inhale, butt up toward the sky. And here I want you to pedal your knees or your legs. So bending one knee, straighten the opposite leg, and go back and forth. So these are stretches for the calf and the backs of the legs. So you can go slow or fast, up to you. This is an inversion, and it's also claimed to be one of the 4 resting poses of yoga, the down dog. I don't believe it, but that's what the books say. And then when you're ready, I want you to try to lower your heels toward the floor as much as you can. So that's a deeper stretch for the calf muscles. Inhale, lift your left leg a little or a lot. Exhale, touch the left toes to the right heel. We'll do 3 more like that. Inhale, lift, left leg up. Left toes touch. Exhale. Inhale, lift, left leg. Exhale, left toes touch. This is the last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. Left foot on the mat. Come down to table. Move into child's pose. So notice how you feel. You may feel a little woozy from being upside down a little bit. Just see if you notice anything different. You're fine. It's just a lot of blood went to our heads from being upside down. Child's pose here. Traditional child's has our arms out straight above our head, palms down. Sometimes shoulders don't like that, so we bend our elbows into what's called cactus arms. Looks like this. Palms on the floor, elbows bent. You can stack your hands or your fists to bring the floor up towards your forehead, if that helps. You can also bring your hands down by your ankles and forehead on the mat. So there's some options for you for your arms and what you're doing with them and where to place your forehead. Okay, hold here. The knees are wide to allow your torso to drop between your thighs. And this is child's pose is also one of the 4 resting poses. Let's move back through table. Curl toes, move to down dog. Inhale, butt up. This time, right leg lifts a little or a lot. Right toes touch left heel. That's the exhale. Inhale, lift. Right leg up. Exhale, right toes touch. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. And then place the right foot on the mat. We're going to slowly walk backwards. Hands toward feet, bend the knees, hold here. Forward standing, forward bend. So you may touch the floor with your fingertips or palm, whatever. Hang onto your ankles for a little support. You can place your elbows on your legs near your knees, if that's helpful, but we're doing a forward bend. This shape stretches all the muscles on the back body. You can also put your tush on the wall or door frame or whatever to support you so that you can really drop into the pose and let go. Hold here. This is also an inversion. Head is lower than our heart. Slow down the breath, smooth out the breath. And then inhale, arms out to the side, flat back. Exhale down. We'll do 4 more. Inhale, come up halfway, arms wide. Exhale, come down. 3 more. Breathe in, arms out. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, arms out, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, arms out. Exhale down, hold here. Take some breaths. Inhale, halfway up, hands on shins. Flat back. Exhale, come down. 4 more like that. Inhale, halfway up, hands on shins. Exhale, forward. 3 more. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale down. Inhale up. This is number 2. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hold here. Take some more breaths. And then inhale, walk your hands up the front of your legs. Come up to standing. Notice how you feel when you come upright, the headspace part. So we just flooded the brain with a lot of oxygenated blood. So you might feel a little woozy, I don't know, hopefully not bad enough to fall over because that's not good. But just a little different than when we started those inversions. Separate your feet wide-ish. Turn the right toes out to the right. Triangle pose. Arms are in a strong T shape. Left buttock goes toward the left. Right fingers go toward the right. Then we tip over into triangle. So you have options. Hands on the high part of the, right hand on the high part of the shin or on the thigh, not on the knee. So above or below the knee, down the shin, toward the ankle, toward the floor, flat palm on the floor, fingertips on the floor, whatever you got. The left arm is straight up toward the ceiling, strong left arm. Then also put the left hand on left hip. You can also wrap the left hand behind you. So whenever we wrap the arms behind us, it's a little extra stretch for the front of the shoulders, shoulder cap. Hold here, breathe through your nose. So there's a stretch happening on the back of both legs, on the inside of the right thigh. We're in a slight spinal twist, slight. Breathe through your nose. Then inhale, come back up, arms out to a T. You can lower your arms. Let's step together for just a second and see if you notice any difference in the left leg and the right leg. If they feel a little different from the way we were standing, and the right leg was holding all of that pose up for us. Feet wide again. This time left toes turn out to the left. Arms horizontal, strong T shape. Right butt goes out to the right. Left fingers reach to the left. Tip over into your triangle. Hand above or below the left knee. Left hand above or below the left knee. You can bring the hand down toward the left ankle. The right arm is straight up, or right hand on hip, or right hand behind you, wrapped. Smooth breath. You might feel a little something on the inside of the left thigh. Back of the right leg. Let's look down to the left foot. So that puts in a different type of feeling in the neck when we look down. Traditionally in this pose, we would be looking out horizontally, but again, we adjust the pose to our comfort, looking down toward the left foot. See how that feels? And then inhale, coming back up to triangle. My mat is kind of slippery. And then bringing the feet together for just a moment. This is called mountain pose. It's sort of the equivalent of corpse pose, except we're on our feet. So this is the third resting pose of yoga, and the fourth one is the corpse pose. So we have child's down dog, corpse, and mountain. Those are the 4 resting poses in yoga. There are other ones you can rest in, but for some reason these were officially named as the 4 resting poses. Let us try some balance. So we'll do tree. I usually go through these different steps of tree, but since my time is shortened, we're going to go into the most not popular tree, but the one that's done them. I guess it is the most popular. Anyway, let's shift weight over to the right leg. Turn your left knee out. Place your left arch near your right ankle bone, inside right ankle bone. Or you can bring the left sole of the foot to touch the right calf, inside the right calf, inside the right leg. The left knee is opened, so the knee is not going forward, it's opened out. So that's the hip opener aspect of tree. And you have hand options. Mine are just straight out, horizontal, strong T-shaped arms, palms up or down. I think traditionally we would do palms down, but again, I like to add options. So you could do palms up, funnel shape with the arms like an upside down V, prayer hands over your head, cactus arms. We talked about this shape before. Hands on hips. I'm gonna turn around. Oh wait, I forgot this. Regular traditional prayer hands, but also prayer hands behind you. Fingertips down. So that brings in the shoulder cap stretch that I talked about. Fingertips up. They don't have to touch. Palms don't have to touch. They will touch eventually, but sometimes at first they don't, and it's okay. It is okay. So fingertips, palms together as close as you can get them. Wrists or elbows. So that's all stuff for the back body, and you can try and see which one fits you the best. So tree pose is a balance pose. The yoga has many series of poses, and the balance poses are said to help us stay balanced when we're out in the world. So we're going to shift to the other side. Put all your weight on the left leg. Position your right foot where you'd like it. Find the hands and arms that you prefer. Smooth out your breath. Right knee is bent out, turned outward. That's a hip opener. There's a whole hip opener series in yoga. Everything has a series. Heart opener, chest opener, hip opener, inversion. There's a series of everything. Take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, come down. We're going to go onto our back. So come onto the floor. And this would be a good place for a blanket. This time I'm going to put it under my upper body. So my shoulder blades are padded. And I don't always use the blanket, but I just want to show you some ideas so that when you go to yoga classes, you can have a understanding of what you can pad and what just makes you more comfortable. Knees pointing up, feet flat, feet parallel. We're going to windshield wiper the knees side to side here. And we're moving the breath. So inhales and exhales as you move back and forth. This is a great other movement to loosen the low back. Moving the breath. Next time your knees go right, let them fall where they fall and just hold there. If you want to deepen that twist, you can hook the right heel on the outside of the left knee. Right heel on the outside of the left knee. Try that out. It might be too sharp for you, too much of a twist. Try it out. Also try to keep both shoulders on the mat. So the weight of the right leg is deepening the twist on the left side of the body. Breathe here. And then unhook the right heel Right foot on the mat. Let's go the opposite way with the knees. Knees to the left. Hook the left heel to the outside of the right knee. Breathing, relaxing. And then we'll come back, left foot on the mat. We're gonna go into final rest here. So just stretch your legs out. You have a couple of options, of course, with me. This is traditional corpse pose. If this is not comfortable for you, bring your knees to chest and turn to either side. Keep the knees bent. The bottom arm is your pillow. This is called side corpse. You can also do Shavasana, which is what we're about to do in an upright seated way. So you can also sit up. And just noticing if you feel any different or differences than when we first began. Noticing the air on your skin. Allowing yourself to sink a little deeper into your mat, or if you're seated, just imagining that you're sinking a little more so into Mother Earth. An awareness of your breath. An awareness of the parts of you that are touching something else. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Turn your head side to side. And when you're ready, blink your eyes open. May you be happy. May your life have meaning. And may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much. For those of you interested in the, even for future use, not today, but the chair stretch 11 a.m. class, Shallon has posted the Zoom link info. Thank you, Star. Hope to see you next week. You may grab that before we close out. And thank you so much for coming to class. Carolyn, you were a bit behind my little announcement that I'm coming back at 11, like last week.
Okay, thank you.
Stretch. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you next week. Jeff, thank you for coming. Shallon, see you shortly.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you, Mr. DeJur.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
so much. I appreciate you coming. Bye.